And good evening, East Alabama and West Georgia. Welcome to another Football Friday night on Dr. Don's Weather. We're going to take the next 5-10 minutes or so and kind of show you what's going on weather-wise around East Alabama and West Georgia. Lots of games were moved from tonight and played last night. You see a couple of those games on the screen there. Randolph County defeated Ragland last night 48-24, and Wadley over Donahoe 44-12. Again, originally those games were to be played tonight, but because of the threat of weather, they moved those games to last night. Now, White Plains will be at Hanley tonight. It is homecoming. You don't move a homecoming game very easy because of all the festivities that are that surround homecoming. It's almost next to impossible to do that, so they decided to keep their schedule as planned, and so far it's not worked out bad at all for the homecoming parade and the festivities surrounding homecoming there in Roanoke. The weather's held up pretty good today. Maybe not so much as we head forward this evening. We'll talk about that in a few moments. And then Thorsby is going to be up in Woodland tonight taking on the Bobcats. They have a pink out scheduled up there tonight. And again, there's several special festivities that are going to be taking place with the pink out, so they chose not to move that game either. So these games will be played tonight. White Plains at Hanley and Thorsby will be up at Woodland. So let's take a look at what's happening. And those are the Randolph County schools that will be playing tonight. I know there are a lot of games across West Georgia and East Alabama that will be playing as well. And if you'd like for me to give your school a shout out, then list that game in the chat room, and I'll do that before we get out of here. The iSchool Sports Network will have the Hanley game and the Woodland game for you tonight. And airtime, I know for a fact Hanley is going to go live at 6:10 or thereabouts, and I believe Woodland's going to go on early as well because of their festivities. And we will have video at both of those games for you over at the iSchool Sports Network at iSchoolSportsNetwork.com. Again, that'll start at about 10 minutes after the hour, and we'll have you out of here before that time so that you can go over there and watch and or listen to those festivities. So let's take a look at the radar. So what's the dealio here? This is the fourth week in a row we have had rain chances for high school football, and we're going to have to deal with that possibility tonight. Let me go back over to the composite so you can see the entire southeastern United States and you get a sense for what's going on out here. We have low pressure sitting off of the Georgia coast, maybe there a little northwest of Jacksonville, Florida. And so we have moisture streaming up across Florida off the Gulf of Mexico and then out into the Atlantic, and then it's working its way back across Georgia and into East Alabama. And then we have some heavier storms on the leading edge of all of this back over in Mississippi, crossing over the Mississippi River now back into Louisiana and Arkansas. So that's where all the thunder and lightning is. It's over in Mississippi, and it's moving away from us. And while the chances for thunder and lightning across East Alabama and West Georgia are very low, they're not zero. But I wouldn't be really concerned about that possibility. What I think we have to be more concerned about is going to be light to moderate rainfall. And if this area south of Albany, Georgia, can make it up into East Alabama before we finish our ball games, we could have some heavier rain showers out of this line of stuff that's just south of Albany, Georgia. And the timing is a little tight right now. Most of the mid-range and short-range models show this making it up into East Alabama right about the time we start the fourth quarter. So it's going to be a close call. Certainly could see a few scattered light showers between now and then as we have some rain in East Alabama at this hour, though it's very light. As we zoom in a little bit closer, we can show you that we have some sprinkles down there around Auburn, Opelika area down in southern Tallapoosa. We've got some showers up here just north of 280 in Tallapoosa County and over in eastern Chambers. And also maybe some light rain falling there in southeast Randolph back over into southwest Randolph back over into southeast Clay. and we could be looking at a mist or a very light shower there at right field in Roanoke. If it hasn't already started, it could start there just about at any time. But so we've got to look down here in Chambers, back over into Troup and Harris County to see what is lined up for Roanoke, because this afternoon our rain is coming out of the southeast, so that's the direction you want to look at if you're tracking all this on radar, and that is going to rotate up into the Roanoke area. But again, it's very light stuff. This is not a monsoon rain by no means. And now for you folks up here in Woodland, we've got to look at this stuff over in Heard County, from Franklin all the way back down to about Hogansville. That's what could potentially move over Woodland in the next hour or so. And again, that is very, very light precipitation. So what I want to do is take the composite off and go back to the NexRad so that we can get a little better resolution on. You can see when we switch to NexRad's not picking up nearly as much as the composite, which means where you see the green is probably a light shower. The rest of it is going to be mist. So we do have a light shower there just south of the city of Roanoke. The extreme northern fringes of this little bitty area of light rain showing that it is now over right field, and it's going to continue to move on off to the north and northwest. So again, that's about as heavy as it gets, probably until we make it to the fourth quarter. The $64 million question is, can we get out of the stadium before this stuff down south of Albany gets there? And does this precipitation hold its current strength, or does it start to fade away when we lose the heating of the daytime? And the folks who get paid to do this for a living seem to think that these showers will start to fade away as we lose the heating of the day. So it is conceivable that we may not have to deal with any of these heavier showers up here in East Alabama and West Georgia as we get toward halftime and the fourth quarter of tonight's ball games. So that's what we're looking at. We have about a 90%, 80 to 90% chance of rain during the games tonight, but at the moment, we don't have a lot of rain out there, just some light scattered showers. We've had a couple of dry slots work into this low pressure system today, and luckily we've been blessed, and those dry slots have set up right across East Alabama and West Georgia, which have kept us relatively dry today. Now, understand this, we're looking at this from the Atlanta radar, so you cannot see all this stuff down here in Florida. And so there's a lot of stuff out there that you're not looking at that will be moving to the north and back to the northwest as we go throughout the evening that could potentially affect things up there with high school football across East Alabama and West Georgia. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Again, Randolph County over Ragland last night, 48-24. Wadley defeated Donahoe 44-12. White Plains will be at Handley tonight for homecoming, and Thorsby will be up at Woodland tonight for the Pink Out. So let me go up here and look in the chat room and see if anybody has anything they want to add before we jump out of here. We're going to go down a little bit earlier than we normally we run from 6 to about 6:20 on our Friday night football forecast. But tonight, the iSchool Sports Network, both in Woodland and in Roanoke, are going to go a little bit early because of the extra festivities at both of those games tonight, and they want to be able to get all of that in. So we're going to drop out here in about a minute or so that they can get started over on the iSchool Sports Network. And let me just give you the link right there. So you can click on that, and that will take you right over there to the iSchool Sports Network, and you'll be able to watch the game of your choice. Got video on both of those games tonight, and or listen to the audio from the iSchool Sports Network. Chris and Adam and Lon and that crew will be have the call for you tonight at Handley. Taylor will be up there in Woodland with his coverage of tonight's ball game as well. Should be a good night. Again, there could be some scattered showers around. Right now, it looks like very light stuff, at least until the fourth quarter. We may get the game in completely. All the games across East Alabama, maybe get them in completely without any heavy rain at all tonight. That's going to be kind of a watch and see. But at the moment, we don't have anything lurking out there that could cause us to go into any type of storm delay or anything like that. Rain does continue throughout the night, and then again, pretty much all day Saturday into Saturday night. There's about a 50% chance of rain on Sunday. We finally get a cold front in here on Monday to push all this stuff out, and by the time you get up Tuesday morning, you just might have to put on a coat or a sweater, because we're going to be in the mid to upper 50s at sunrise Tuesday morning. It is certainly going to feel like fall. If there is a reason to come back at halftime, we will, and update you on the weather, and then we'll be back at the end of the game to give you your drive home from the ball game, show you what the weather's doing at that time. Meanwhile, click on that iSchool Sports Network link in the chat room. Go enjoy you some great high school football, and we'll see you back in here in a couple of hours on Dr. Don's Weather.